pleasure's always mine.
Always so stylish too.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
Not to say much as being big super cookie styles you're doing here at Nat Sherman. Do you mind discussing that with us?
Yeah, Nat Sherman's been around since 1930. It's a really important brand, but in all fairness to how the brand has developed, as much as the cigarettes have been so relevant for a very long time, the cigars have always not been as relevant. So the intention is to make it more relevant and create new blends, create new packaging, create new ideas. And so right now we are at the point of creating a direction, but we're not necessarily committed to what that direction is going to be. What is clear is the fact that we will be relevant, we will be new and current, fuller bodied, and we have created imaging to reflect that direction so far. So that's where we are. So if you look at this image, what this represents is basically a juxtaposition of old and new. And that's basically what Nat Sherman is. It's been around since 1930, but we need to create new things to make it exciting again. So new band, new blends. We'll see what happens.
I think it's important right now too for cigar smokers. I mean, you have these different, people who've been smoking their entire lives, bunch of new young kids who are learning about cigars, families, people with their dads. You have this whole different lifestyles and cultures kind of mixing. So I kind of like seeing that old and new come together.
It's, the thing that you said about fathers and sons in that piece, Nat Sherman, since 1930, the brand was an experience before it was anything, because it was a retail store. And everything that says Nat Sherman was an effort to accommodate a customer. So there really is a lot of authenticity to the brand related to the experience of enjoying Nat Sherman. And it was always a brand and a product that you could smoke, but it always related to the experience of how you buy it and how you enjoy it, which was always in a beautiful place in New York City. And so, we're really, part of our efforts are to go to retailers that will embrace the experience part of what the brand is, selling it properly, talking about it properly. It'll be brick and mortar. It'll be with retailers that are committed to the experience of what the retail experience is. That's cool.
That's awesome. And it's exactly what we need to. I'm happy to see it come back alive, flourish. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
On a perfect day, you're having a cigar, you're having a drink. What are you smoking and what are you drinking?
Oh man. On a perfect day, I am smoking and drinking. What I'm smoking and drinking depends on the day. Cigar-wise, what's funny? I've been smoking more for work than for pleasure lately, which is unfortunate. But some of the blends that we've been working on have been really exciting. So I find myself going to some of my favorites more because they're really interesting. So recently, that's what I've been smoking. Drinking, I am a big wine guy. I was always a rum guy with cigars. I love dark rums. But I went to a harvest in Napa a couple years ago, and seeing that happen made me appreciate it as much as I appreciate the process of cigars, how much labor and love and hands and everything that goes into making that. So I've really been in a wine mode with cigars. And the other thing, spirits have such a high alcohol level that they almost erase the flavor on your palate of the cigar. So you smoke the cigar, it's there, and then if you take a sip of Booker's or Makers or whatever, and it's that flavor of the cigar is gone. With wine, even some really, really great white wines, white Burgundies that really have great body, creaminess, it stands up to a cigar and is a great compliment. So I really have been, I've been in wine mode.
Any style in particular lately?
Of wine?
Yes.
Everyone, I'm a total sucker for fruit forward, in your face, big Napa Cab. I mean, as I've
So I'm holding in my hands, I see numbers, I see letters, and I have a tasting card. Can you talk to me about this?
You know, we have committed to a direction. We've committed to nothing more than that. So, what this is, and this is show specific, we have one packet of 4 cigars. We have another packet of 3 cigars, and what those cigars represent are just ideas. Every blend is completely different, from mellow and creamy to in your face and make you puke. And ultimately what we need to determine is, what is Nat Sherman going to be on a premium cigar side? The reason we're doing this at the show is for so long, not for so long, in the last 5 years, so many products have been developed by the end consumer. And there's a lot of relevance to that, because ultimately the end consumer is the one that buys it. But the piece that's been missing a little bit is the participation of the retailer to help create these new products, because they're ultimately the ones that sell it to the end consumer. So we've really made a commitment to getting retailer feedback and retailer involvement in this part of the process. So when you look at the card, of course we're analyzing burn and aesthetic and draw, but we're also asking for price point. Where does the retailer need it to be? We're asking for packaging. You know, how many cigars does the retailer want in the box? And because we're retailers, we really empathize with retailers, you know? And so we want to make sure that when this new project goes to market, that it's going to market well thought out and deliberately in a way that's going to make sense for a business relationship, so everyone can make money and everyone can be behind it and have some ownership in its success.
It's going to be excited and proud. I mean, even here at the country of origin, we have a number, so it's a complete blind tasting.
There is no bias. I mean, we are not, you know, at this point, I can tell you all the blends and I can tell you all the manufacturers, but who cares? We're not there yet. So what this is about really is to look at the new band, to hold it in your hand while you smoke this, to think of where we want to be, and figure out if there's something in here that makes sense for us to get there.
That's awesome. And at the end of the day, it's what it's all about, is the smoking experience that you have.
Period.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll be speaking with you soon. Take care. Bye.